Spody Odie. It's live with Denise and Alan.
Good morning.
Testimonial Tuesday. Hey, if you're watching live, say watching live. If you're watching on the replay, say you're watching on the replay. If you're not watching at all, don't say anything. Don't say anything if you're not watching. You know what I mean? And some people, it's kind of funny, you know, they'll go on and they'll say, hey, here I am. And then they're, you know.
All good.
And then they send me a message, go, you said something about something. I just didn't understand it. No shoo-shoo, Sherlock. Hello, Emily Fish Barnard. Hello, Kyle. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm here with
Hi, Kyle. Hi, Emily. AJ, what's up?
AJ in the house. I am here with the world famous, amazing Denise Longton from New York.
I'm like, who's here?
I got you on that one. So today, before we get started, we always like to start the day by saying, hey, 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 let's not forget to update your tracker. You know, the tracker. Elevators, team elevation. If you're an elevator,
Tuesday.
It's elevator tracker Tuesday. I like Tracker Tuesday. You know, yesterday we were setting up our new goals, and so I did a little thing on something here. Let me show you this right here. And Lord, it'll take me a minute to find. I did a fast start training that y'all will be able to see live.
Hi, Lord.
The video will be up here in just a little while. I'm doing some editing on the video, but check this out. So if you look at the activity tracker on the fast start training, you can see there's no goals for new customers, new VBOs, and did you rank advanced, because it says manage only the activity, not the results. Those are some cool shades. I like those.
Oh, my glasses.
Yeah. Man, you see, I took away the weekly goals for new customers, new VBOs, and did you rank advanced, because you can't manage that. You can only manage your activity.
Perfect.
You can manage how many new prospects you reach out to. You can manage how many people you share with. Those days are just awesome. I just can't get away from them. You can manage how many CBD samples you want to send out, but you can't manage what the people do.
I was just a song popped into my head. You know that that song. You think my tracker's sexy? No, tracker. When you were showing it.
I love that. Our tracker is sexy.
It is.
I mean, you know, and here's the, you know, it's Testimonial Tuesday, and so I just wanted, hey, Rebecca, welcome. Good morning. Everybody's here watching us. So we got a few people watching, and a lot of people are going to watch it on replay. So being that it's Testimonial Tuesday, let me share a little bit of my testimony with you. Okay. And, you know, when I came, some of you have heard this already, some of you may not have, but when I came into the direct sales business, I mean, I had left the restaurant business. I went through a divorce. I was basically starting over. You know, here I was, 40-something years old. And, you know, and when I left the restaurant business, I tried the telecom business a little bit. That's where my brother was, but he'd been doing it for 30 years, kind of like me in the restaurant business. And so I was starting from scratch. I had a nice home on Lake Norman and was living month to month, paying the bills, you know, because divorce costs you a lot of money and stupidity will cost you even more. And so, you know, it was a struggle. But here's the thing. Here's what I thought when I first got in the direct sales business. I thought, let me figure out what the shortcut is. You know, I know what they're saying about making a list. I know what they're saying about the activity. I know what they're saying about reaching out to people. I hear them, you know, but there's got to be a shortcut. That was my thinking. And I struggled for like probably 2.5 years looking for the shortcut. I did. I'm like, it's got to be here. There's no, and I had friends making $100,000 a month. One of my good friends, and still a good friend today. And here's what I said to him. I said, listen, here's what I want to do. I want to, and he lived in South Charlotte and I lived in North Charlotte, Lake Norman. And I said, here's what I want to do. For the next week, Monday through Friday, I'm going to show up at your house at 8 a.m. and I'm not leaving until 9 p.m. And I'm going to shadow you.
And he was like, oh, goody.
No, you know what he said? He said, no, you're not.
Yeah, I meant consciously, yes.
Yeah, you're not doing that. And I said, why not? Listen, I said, I want to see you're making $100,000 a month. I want to see what that entails. And he said, you're not going to see by shadowing me Monday through Friday what it takes to get here. You're going to see what it takes to stay here. Getting here is different than staying here. Getting here, he said that, I'll never forget this. He said, Alan, there's no shortcuts to getting where I am. I was out there in the grind, calling, making, he said I was making 40, 50 phone calls a day, and I was getting the nose and I was getting smacked around and I was getting told I was stupid. And I was, and it's easy for you to see me now and come down here to my big, I think he lived in a $1.1 million home in a gated community where a lot of the professional Charlotte Hornets or Charlotte Bobcats, I don't know what the heck they are. They keep changing their name, whatever they are. That basketball team that Michael Jordan owns in Charlotte, he lived in a community with several of those and several of the football players, And matter of fact, his house is directly behind Pastor Stephen Furtick's home. If anybody knows Elevation Church, and that's one of the reasons I like the name Elevation, Team Elevation, because we're elevating people's lives. And so I'm like, dude, let me come. He's like, no, you're not going to see what you need to see. You got to get out there, and there's no shortcut. He said the shortcut to $100,000 a month is the direct sales business, network marketing. He said, because here's the deal. You were in a restaurant business. You had success. Y'all took a company public. You had success. You sold it. You had success. But did you ever make $100,000 a month? I said, heck no, not even close. He goes, what job out there, J-O-B job, can you make $100,000 a month at? I said, I don't know of one. He said, yes, you do. You're in one, but you're just looking for the shortcut. And so what I said to him I said, okay, here's the deal. It's time for me to suck it up, Buttercup. I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to talk, I'm going to talk to you every day. He said, no, you're not. He said, call me if you've got something that we need to discuss, but I don't need to talk to you every day. You need to be talking to people every day. So we had this thing. So I started going to work. I was like, my goal, and at the time, social media wasn't as big. Internet wasn't as big. Facebook, you couldn't do curiosity posts and stuff like that because I had, I think, 6 friends on Facebook. If I even had a Facebook friend, I don't know. But my goal was to do 4 in-home events every single week, personally, to teach my team to do home events. That's when home events were popular. Okay. And then I was going to, say, okay, so, and I was going to teach my team to do it. So 4 a week, period. Whatever it takes, I'm coming to your house. I'd drive 3 hours, 4 hours. I didn't care. I was getting home 2, 3 in the morning. People say, you want to stay overnight? I'm like, no, I'm cool. I'm going back home because tomorrow morning I'm hitting those phones. And sometimes I'd stay overnight. My thing was, if it was more than 3 hour drive, because normally I got out of there at 9:30, 9:30. So I could be home by midnight. I'm like, if it's more than 3 hours, I'll consider it. But I just focused. Finally, just said, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to do it. I forget the shortcuts. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to go all in. Go all in, you know. And here's the deal. You know, they say that here's what I hear, my brother. I still got family members and friends who don't do what I'm doing. Let me tell you why they don't do what I do. You know why they're not in the business? Because they don't know what we do. They're confused on what it takes to get here. They think you got to be the Avon lady with the brochure and go, hey, you got a brochure, you want to buy some? That's what they think. So here's, you know, my brother like, well, the only people making any money is at the top. That's why you're making money, because you're at the top. I said, no, I started at the bottom. I started with nothing, you know. Person that enrolled me quit after I came on board. So get this. So 97% of people have success in network marketing. You go, Alan, wait a minute, where'd that number come from? But here's the deal. Here's the facts. Here's the numbers. I was trying to say statistics, but I was afraid to come out wrong. Is this 11? I got time in these. Is leaders, builders who go all in and stick with a company for 10 years, 97% of them make in excess of $100,000 a year. I'm going to repeat this on purpose. 97% of people who stay with the same company, head down, focused, I'm in this for the long haul, for 10 years, 97% of them make more than $100,000 a year. So do you want one 10-year career with a 97% success rate, or do you want 10 one-year careers? You know what I mean? I mean, there's people right now who came in under me, some direct to me and some in the downline, who, if they would have stayed, if they would have just stayed, some of them came in. I know one lady who came in 6.5 years ago. Had she stayed, she would be making over probably $12,000 a month. Had she stayed. She was, I mean, you know, and listen, is there a reason ever to quit a company? Yes, there are some reasons. There's some shady stuff goes on out there.
It reminds me of the little cartoon where the caveman guy is digging, like he's got his pickaxe and he's digging a tunnel, and it shows the side view of two of them doing it. One of them is like this far when he gives up, and you could see the gold. And the other guy is just still going. And that really is the truth of it, because sometimes this business is such a roller coaster. And while we can put our arms up on the going down segment, that climb up to the top is sometimes grueling, and sometimes it's exhausting, and sometimes we get a little weary. And it's so easy to glance over here at the next best thing, shiny object. Somebody's promising you this is going to be whatever. You're in on the ground floor. But you're right. If you stick where you're at, kind of like the stock market, right? If you down and you sell it, you lost. But if you stay, it can be down all at once. It'll eventually come back up.
So here's a good example. You know, Denise, you're so right. I mean, you know, 10 inches from gold. The person stopped the story. The 10 inches from gold. You know, it's a great story. Or diamonds. 10 inches from diamonds. And so here's a perfect example. How long have you been with us in Touchstone?
Me?
Yeah.
2.5 years.
2.5 years. So there was 4.5 years that I was here that I didn't even know you existed. Didn't know who you were. You weren't on my team. And here you are hosting a call with me. Got one of, if not one of the fastest growing teams in the company. You're rocking it. You got your head down. You're going. So it took, sometimes you got to stick it out until somebody says, hey, I know this lady that's up in New York, Denise Longton. I'm going to contact her. And she gets it. You were just talking before the call went live that you got a prospect you're talking to who, they're kind of, well, maybe not, you don't know. Well, see, here it is for me 7 years later. And if that person comes on and then all of a sudden, your business is already, climbing. I hope I can see that right. Climbing like this. And all of a sudden, bam, one person can make a huge difference in your business.
Well, and how that came about was because I've talked to so many people. Somebody who knows this person said, hey, I hear you're saying you want to be in health and wellness. I got somebody that you need to talk to. And that's how it happens. So those no's, you guys, those people who aren't interested in our business, doesn't mean that if you gain their trust, that they're not going to recommend you to somebody. If they believe in what you're doing and they're, trusting you, they're going to still recommend people, send people your way.
Yeah. Oh, and see,
doing for others. I'm just right. Put that out there because this industry really is like a big family, right? So just because somebody else is in a different company than ours, that's their passion, good for them. We are going to meet people that maybe health and wellness is not their thing, but maybe jewelry is their thing. And hey, I know somebody who's a leader in such and such, and send people, because it's a two-way street. You start helping other people and recommending them and helping build their business, they are going to typically do the same.
That's why they say this business is the referral marketing business. It's a referral market. See, I have people that I get on the phone with and they say, I don't know anybody. And I say, well, yes, you do. They go, no, I don't. I go, well, how did you end up on the phone with me? You had to know somebody and to end up on the phone with me, And so, but the people I know are working hard, they're minimum wage. They don't have any money. Okay. So if you know somebody who's making, what is minimum wage nowadays? Do you know?
No idea.
$8 an hour?
Over here, it's like over 10.
10. So if it's $10 an hour, that means they're making $400 a week. How you survive on $400, I have no idea. But $400 a week. So here's the deal. You might just know people that are making $400 a week. But see, those people, I guarantee you, know somebody that's making $600 a week. And the $600 a week people know somebody who's making $1,000 a week. And the $1,000 a week people know somebody, you see. So it's not about who you know, it's about who they know and who Siri knows. Because Siri might. What about yourself?
I'm still getting the hang of this small talk thing.
Me too. So it's referral marketing business. I mean, hey, you just don't know. And here's the thing I say is everybody, you want to remind yourself of this. The reason that we do a vision board / dream board is so that you can remind yourself, why did you come on board? Right? Why'd you come on board? What does the referral marketing business offer you? Well, the opportunity to build your fortune and not somebody else's. Mm-hmm. No limits on your income. No limits on your income. I mean, I'm a guy who quit school in the 12th grade. Went and got a GED. I mean, it wasn't stupid. I just, situations, whatever. They said, you want to walk with your class, you got to go get a GED. I went and got a GED. And back then in the 70s, late 70s, it was like, GED, you're a bum, Well, I scored well, and so they said you can go to college, and so I went to college for a couple of months. There was a problem with college. They don't take roll. They don't care if you're there. That's not a good thing for me. I didn't like being there anyway. And so, but this business offers you no limits to your income, true financial freedom. See, people say, what is financial freedom? Well, it's different for different people, but what that means is you don't have to work to pay your bills, and and when you do work, you work when and where you want to. That's true financial freedom. Taking advantage of the current trends in the economy. I mean, right now, look, there's an opportunity. Surround yourself with cool people. You get to meet the nieces of the world. And you get to meet the Jamies and the Emilys and the AJs and the Allisons and the Lauries. You get to meet great people. You get recognized and appreciated. Not like your job. You're 2 minutes late. 2 minutes. I'm going to have to write you up. Okay.
It's such a great job. They give you more.
Yeah.
Oh, good. We're going to give you some extra responsibility.
That's right. And we'll give you a 25 cent an hour raise. Have you ever calculated how much that is a week? I mean, that's nothing. 25 cents an hour is $2.50, $5, $6 an hour a week, $10 a week. Anyway, you get to help other people. You get to get out of that job that you hate. You get to take advantage of the tax breaks, tax opportunities. You get to create true walkaway residual. For those of you who didn't hear, Delon's story. Delon worked his butt off for 6 years. His wife had a stroke. He stayed home for 20 years taking care of his wife. And the work he did for 6 years still pays him today.
Well, your results are directly proportionate to your efforts. So just keep going.
Keep going. Keep doing what you're doing. If you want to travel the world, if you want to own your own home, if you want to give to more charities, if you want to set a great example for your children, if you want to get that, whatever, you want to live in Hawaii, you want to travel to Tahiti, you want to take 6 vacations a year, keep going. But don't lose sight of that. Sorry, I drug to
21 minutes.
Hey, we appreciate everybody. Let us know in the comments, live or replay. Thank you, elevators. Love you, everyone. Appreciate everybody. Have a great day. Talk soon.
Bye.